Red 2 standing by, all for Liz, and in the green, welcome to the outtake video for the birthday bash. We started off, well, admittedly badly, every time I did this board. My first 3 starting turns were 2, 1, and 2. And in my first 3 turns of the game, Wario, as you saw at the start, rolled a 6. In the space of 3 turns, I moved less than that. I was a little frustrated, to put it lightly. Then I managed to roll more than I had rolled in the previous 3 turns and landed on the bank, so that was a bit of a boost. And then we get to Hammer Drop. If you're really good or really lucky when it comes to Hammer Drop, you can actually rack up quite a fortune. I did particularly well with this in all the outtakes, which was kind of a surprise because, well, most of that didn't go very well. I got a pretty interesting result first time around, but unfortunately I didn't quite get the commentary just right. Nonetheless, I was pretty impressed with this effort because I was just running around racking up the coins. Pretty tight contest at the end there, but I still managed to come away with 32 coins. Wario only got 7. And then, is it more terrible rolling luck? You betcha, it's more terrible rolling luck, although I think this one might have turned out alright. I have to remember exactly what I did. I was deliberating over a couple of plans along the way. I think I did get a pretty good combination here. I had to check the board, but yeah, I realized that I could just take Wario out with the laser, which would be pretty fortuitous. Being able to just finish off your opponents, and you notice that the skeleton key actually gets to be really, really sassy. They actually added quite a bit of character to the skeleton key, which is really impressive. It does say sometimes that it will miss the inside of your pockets, and the big question is, how on earth does it get that dialogue for Donkey Kong? Where does Donkey Kong have pockets? That's not quite right, in all fairness. Anyway, it's not going very well for Waluigi. He lost a star. He got 2 early on, probably because I had some pretty bad dice rolls in there, as you saw from my horrible start. Couldn't have been too much worse. And once that's all done, we move on. And I got a pretty good item out of this. And then Wario gets lasered. I mentioned the complaints about the Bowser laser in the actual video, but the fact you have to drag out the cutscene every time is a pain in the backside. You can at least fast forward it. But like I said, that's a solution to a problem that never should have existed in the first place. Because in the N64, it wouldn't fire if you didn't have anyone in the way. And of course, going for the star, roll a 1. Just great. Next turn. Much better, or not quite. Still have to fork up just a little bit, but we got a bit closer. So, I'm 3 spaces away. I was deliberating. Daisy is going to get this star, so I could go down and land on a lucky space. You can see me thinking about it, but I eventually decide, just in case, let's go for it. Daisy's turn rolls around immediately after mine, and she missed out. She had the chance, but she missed out. Big wait. Drum roll, please, and of course I roll a 1. So I missed out on that star, which was a real pain in the backside. Then I decided to make a few unusual moves. I was deliberating this. I was considering setting off the laser because I don't think I was anywhere near anyone else. This, of course, wound up backfiring quite a bit. You can see I have plenty of coins. Wario switches places with Waluigi because he's gunning for a star. So, as you can see, Wario gets a very, very good number, whereas I kind of don't most of the time. And Wario gets his star, and this is where everything goes spectacularly wrong for me. Why would you be surprised? Because the star just happens to move right behind me. You're kind of seeing where this is going, aren't you? Especially when you realise that Waluigi has a double dice block. The AI was never going to wind up rolling badly. It was always going to have a very smooth move. So, of course, we get the double dice block. Waluigi gets a massive roll. And yeah, why would it be anything else? I was furious at this point. Because pretty much throughout all of this failed recording, the game tried to give itself to Waluigi silver service on a gold plate. And of course, because I made that risky decision, trying to see if I could screw over anyone else, I get shot. That wasn't the only time I lost all my coins as well. So yeah, spectacular failure. There's absolutely no other way to describe it. I mean, in all fairness, it would be very easy for Luigi to run out of the way if you could play fair, but no, you just have to stand there and take it for whatever reason, like a complete idiot. So, I had no coins at this point, and it was a hell of a scrounge to try and get back. This was a perfect demonstration of winning by doing absolutely nothing. The cursed pink plunger, which has almost always winds up blowing at least one person up whenever my brother and I play Bowser's Big Blast. So, with the cursed pink one setting everything off, Daisy takes a pick. And Daisy gets blown up as well. So, of course, since we've mentioned winning by doing absolutely nothing, you probably guessed it, Golden Boy Waluigi got to win by doing absolutely nothing, because I picked the cursed pink plunger. Must have gone for gambler's fallacy or something like that, but the game just waited for ages, and yeah. Waluigi won by doing absolutely nothing because the game decided he's the golden boy, he gets all the perks. It was impressive I clawed my way back and actually got to the kind of situation I did. Now, what fiendish scheme did I have? I don't think I could get anywhere near the star as far as I know. There was some sort of plan I had. I can't exactly remember what I was thinking. It does take a fair bit of work to actually try and figure out what I'm thinking, and it's kind of spooky when I actually do. I presume that's a custom dice block I have and a skeleton key, so I might... We've got 10 turns left after this. So, just a regular roll, which actually got me something really useful. So I was able to set up for the Sniffet Patrol. Now, I think I had a plan here, because Daisy was nearby. And yeah, this was my plan, because I saw where Daisy was. So I decided that I would chase Daisy back here. Daisy then gets to Boo, or falls just short. But the plan was to wind up having Daisy steal from Waluigi, and then I win the next minigame and I can steal a star from him as well, and I'm back in the lead. Unfortunately, a couple of things went wrong. One of them was I got the button mashing game. It had to be the button mashing game. You will notice that the AI virtually goes at the same speed, and I'm terrible at button mashing. So yeah, their times were all pretty much the same. So that part of the plan failed. So I can only steal coins. I decide to steal... I think I decided to steal from... I was weighing up whether I should steal from Wario or not, but I decided to steal from Waluigi. Probably should have stolen from Wario, in all fairness. but Waluigi is still in the lead. And I've got a decent amount of coins. Mind you, I'm still anchored in last, which is a pain in the backside. I got my item space, and now the second part of the plan comes into play. Daisy can go past Boo and steal a star. Except she didn't. She stole coins. This was a really frustrating factor. It was worth noting that for the majority of the time, the AI absolutely refused to steal any stars. It was unfathomable. So I needed to make my way around and get to the star. And I could wind up lasering someone if they were in the way. But sadly, they're not. So once again, or were they? Was Wario in the way? Well, the laser's firing up again. I presume that I just left this in because I wanted to... Yeah, I just wanted to make sure my turn was flowing. I probably could have cut that out because I've been complaining about it all the damn time. So we keep our skeleton key. It gets to show off a little bit and purchase another star. Finally clawing my way back into the game, even though I'm only in third place as of getting that star. I think this landed in exactly the right spot for me. Yep, I had just enough to get this. I got the amazing double play and put myself back in the lead. Sometimes things just work. I looked around and I realized that I had the double play through some gift of luck. And there we are, double play and the event space, or I'm still used to calling them happening spaces. In all fairness, let's face it, it's tradition at this point. And then we had Rapid River Race, which I'm mostly showing off because I was really proud of how I went with this. I obviously didn't do it at full speed, but I did manage to wind up cranking up the speed, even if I did sort of get a bit twitchy. The handling is a little twitchy at high speed, but I didn't hit a single obstacle. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. I'm second for a fair bit, but I think Waluigi stuffed up, and then I got the record. Not too shabby, all things considered. Could have done a bit better, but could have been a lot worse at the same time, too. Alright, and then Wario got a Bowser space and a duel. So, Wario is trying to bankrupt Waluigi, which didn't go as planned. And there we go, the Golden Boy takes the win. This actually winds up proving an important point later on. Waluigi now has a hell of a lot of coins again, though you'll notice that I managed to get into the lead. What did we have here? What was Wario suffering? And yeah, he had to fork up even more coins. That was serious punishment for the guy in last place. That was just really unlucky. And then Waluigi landed on the same space as me, and we got a duel, which is... I've gone and forgotten its name, but we'll see it soon enough. It's a stupid one. I think it's from Mario Party 7 with the gates. Because if you go the wrong way, you lose. You have to play perfectly. Spin Doctor, that's it. It is from Mario Party 7. You have to play perfectly. There is a very specific route I tried to guess. I tried to guess my way through and accidentally paused for a bit. So yeah, as you can see, I stuffed up and got a bad decision because I wanted to take a shortcut. There is a prescribed route, and if you don't take that prescribed route, you can see that Waluigi is quite a bit ahead of me. You have to do this perfectly. You have to take a very specific route or you will lose. So this was how I lost all my coins a second time. which was really irritating. It is a rough game to have to deal with. So yeah, we watch Waluigi bankrupt me because the game couldn't possibly have the golden boy lose. 6 stars and absolutely no coins. And he got a mushroom on top of it. So I did somehow manage to claw my way out of this one. But it wasn't easy. Of course I got a really crappy roll anyway. It would have been nice to actually get a happening space, but there you go. And Daisy rolls a 10. What did she get? She got the golden pipe, naturally. It's going to be the smart choice for items later on in the game. Now, Daisy, I believe, actually had the opportunity to steal from me. She could have stolen a star from either one of us, but decided to steal coins. Don't ask why. The AI really isn't that smart. At least not this time around, they weren't that smart. And Chip Shot Challenge, which I do at least get to show off a little bit of skill here. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes I actually make myself look competent, which I can assure you is probably a bit of a fluke.
Start.
So Wario steps up to the tee, takes aim, and hits it pretty hard by the looks of it. But nowhere near the hole. Good distance away, Waluigi steps up. Where's he gonna go? Looks a bit unusual, not a lot of power. But it's still better than Wario. Then it's Luigi. We aim it up, we take a little bit more power than Waluigi, and hole in one. Pretty proud of that. It can be difficult, and I just realized I could have skipped that because I wasn't actually going to lose this one. I honestly didn't realize Daisy got a pretty good effort. She just pipped Waluigi. With a little more oomph, she would have got that in. I didn't realize you could skip the AI. There you go. So, and of course, Waluigi once again gets another star because he gets absolutely perfect dice rolls. Nothing goes wrong for Waluigi. It got a bit ridiculous because I honestly needed bonus stars at this point. Had to fork up for the bank. And I really had to make some good plays. I needed to duel Waluigi to try and take some of the coins off him. I was weighing up my options and I wanted a little bit of revenge. I couldn't get very much money out of him. I eventually just decided, you know what, I'm that far behind, we're going all in. He had to pay. He had to pay for his transgressions, even if he wasn't going to be paying very much. TikTok Hop. Oh boy, did this turn into an amazing game. You basically just have to watch. I was so tense during this. There were plenty of tight moments. This probably winds up, even if the stakes aren't huge, this winds up being just as good as the epic 93 turn hot rope jump my brother and I had. I probably nearly get hit quite a few times, but I think I've got an advantage being on the outside because I have more reaction time. Mind you, with some of the crazy antics you get in this, you never know. It got wild. Just all the time I'm just mentally screaming at Waluigi to screw up and concede. I nearly got taken out quite a few times. Love the classic Mario 64 reference too. It's getting wild. Time is going all over the place. Obviously, Dialga's had a bit too much to drink and is showing off at the party again. So, very tight jumping. You've got to literally time, haha, everything just right. So there we are, slow and steady, possibly speeding up again, but boy, we're nearly at 30 jumps. This was incredibly tense. Not just palms were sweaty, probably too much information if I start explaining, but boy was this a tough one. It just didn't seem like it was going to end, but then Waluigi finally gave up the ghost and Luigi got the points. Quite an amazing battle. I'm really sad that the commentary was so rotten on this one, and it just sort of devolved into me complaining after I got lasered. And good old Honeycomb Havoc, as you can see there, Daisy actually chose to spare me, which was a bad decision. Honeycomb Havoc is a great minigame for just screwing everyone over. You can be a complete arse about things. And yeah, basically, if you have 3 fruits left, you're screwed. Because no matter what you pick, the other person will counter-pick and you'll be dead.
Finish.
But yeah, it's the perfect dick move minigame, really. You just get that beautiful sense of power. It's like, who am I going to screw over? And then we got to the ending. Waluigi was ahead of me on coins, unsurprisingly, because I got that really crummy game. Sightseer bonus. It wasn't me because I had so many crap dice rolls at the start. Unsurprisingly, Waluigi. I needed 2 bonus stars. The unlucky bonus, which probably would be me a lot of the time. Wario and, yeah, 3 of us. At this point, I couldn't win. I needed 2 bonus stars. And I needed Waluigi to just get that one. If he didn't get that one... Now, the minigame bonus, I believe that was actually me. It was, which was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, unfortunately, I did my level best, but I only lost on coins despite the fact I lost all my coins twice, and the game was pretty much handing everything to Waluigi on a plate. That unlucky bonus was a real pain in the backside. I mean, it was a great result, it was an incredibly tense finish, but things just didn't go well as far as commentary went. So, there we are. Wario's getting shot, Waluigi shows off, and I've got a mushroom. And Daisy is just sort of there. I have to admit that I genuinely think they're a bit sarcastic in how they praise the last place player. So yeah, there we are. I lost on coins, but I mean, technically, funny internet number, I won when you think about it. I did really well in the minigames. Waluigi had the most coins overall. Let's see, I think I used the most items. Oh no, I bought the most. Waluigi used the most. Despite my terrible start, I did come back pretty well when it came to moving around. 2 was the number of red spaces. There is a Bowser bonus as well for landing on the most Bowser spaces. So there we are. I did use a few stickers at the start, but there isn't a bonus for that. So yeah, I was a little sad about that, but it was an amazing result. I just wish I'd got better commentary. There we are. Generous donor. That's for donating coins to the Koopa Bank a certain number of times. And then I tried again. And we actually got 10, 9, and 8. So I got to go first, and as I mentioned, you couldn't think I'd get any worse, would you? But yeah, I started off with a 1. Which is almost my traditional number. Now, I hated this one. I absolutely hated how this turned out on account of the fact that there was a game mechanic in Sneak and Snore, which everyone hates, where I thought the game was cheating a bit. But yeah, as you can see, Daisy rolls a 1. Wario rolls a 2. So, I thought I'd missed out on the star, and I had every chance. I needed a 6 or higher, 50%. And I got a 3. When presented with a 50-50 choice, you have a 90% chance of getting it wrong. Wario could have stolen a star, but decided to steal coins from me for whatever unfathomable reason. Now, I don't get how this works, because sometimes you can button mash really well, but you'll lose heaps of coins. But you can be crap, and you don't lose very much at all. So yeah, I didn't really have that many highlights from that because, well, I started out badly again, rolling a 2. And did I get the star? No, I did get doubles though. See, I thought that Sneak and Snore was cheating in Wario's favour on account of the fact the game had actually let him hide in the barrel when Chain Chomp should have spotted him twice. But then it turns out it's actually everyone has much more lenience going in their favour. A lot of things have changed. But yeah, I got the first star. It moves away. And I think I had a double play. This game, I was the golden boy. Now the interesting thing is, I did actually keep the save data for that game where I thought that Wario was the golden boy. I eventually finished that off camera. And funnily enough, if I'd persisted with it, it's quite possible Luigi could have been the golden boy. But there was just too much rage, too much unjustified rage. It wouldn't have been good. I didn't like the way things were going and I didn't like the results. It would have turned out alright, but I hated the commentary. Would have been awful and it would not have been a fun experience for any of you. But yeah, I got another double play. I could already tell that this was setting up to favour me. And a lucky space straight after that. What a benefit! And a double dice to shoot for the next star. And good old hot rope jump. Absolutely love this one. Very impressive potapoos. Interestingly, blue flames are hotter. There is some sort of chromatic scale that indicates the heat of various flames. I'm not exactly an expert on that because I do try to stay away from messing around with fire. I mean, it kind of comes with the territory. Being Australian, you have to respect fire and not do anything dumb. So there we are, jumping away. I think we did pretty well on this one. Everyone has survived. They are on hard. Usually normal or lower will get themselves killed pathetically easily. So, jump. Wario's... No, Daisy's gone. Now Wario's gone. Oh, there were so many times where I really should have had my rump roasted. 35, not a bad contest. Oh yeah, and you thought I was good last time I played Hammer Drop? You ain't seen nothing yet. This was unbelievable. Yeah, look, we're halfway in, and I've already beaten the record. And then I get some more, and some more, and some more. And another one. And another. 60 coins! I wouldn't have believed it. Waluigi died somewhere along the way too. Not sure what happened to him. You might be wondering, why didn't I keep this when it was so clear that everything was going well for me? Apart from this triple dice roll, which was horrible. I felt guilty about having such an easy time. This one turned into such an easy game. I was able to rack up coins so well. I mean, when you get 60 coins in one minigame, what do you expect? That was just phenomenal. So, I decided, you know what, I am just going... Did I decide to steal a star? Or did I just get to the... I did eventually get to the point where I thought I'll just steal a whole bunch of coins and try and be fair. But yeah, this time Luigi pinched a star from Daisy. Having a skeleton key to get that boo is really advantageous. Gives you a nice shortcut around the board too. So I get even further in front, and I just racked up a whole lot of coins anyway. Speaking of racking up a whole lot of coins, I still haven't got the bonus for getting a star in a hidden block. I mean, let's face it, it took me absolutely ages to get the bonus for being selected as the winner at the last 5 turns. And even that, I accidentally paused, I think. Even that was the first time I'd ever done it in the entire time I've played Mario Party. So, Wario's dead and the other two are fighting each other, and I just sneak along. Waluigi's gone. Ooh, right across the nose. Careful, you idiots! I said across her nose, not up it! And Daisy, again, has the opportunity and steals coins. That is also not a good spot to be, point blank in front of the laser. This was what baffled me. When I played the actual Birthday Bash, the finalized result, and the AI stole a star from me, I was gobsmacked. I didn't think they would actually do it. I thought they were programmed to steal coins. Especially because of that moment where Daisy screwed me over by not stealing from Waluigi. Daisy did get to land on the bank. I am at least getting out of the way of the laser, which is nice, and I got an item space. It's Wario's turn. Daisy gets a cursed dice block. Those are a pain in the ass on Yoshi's Tropical Island, because if you're near the star, you just get nailed by cursed dice blocks, and it will buy you... Oh yeah, Waluigi's getting a point-blank shot. You can see him freaking out there. And yeah, but yeah. Cursed dice blocks, they suck on Yoshi's Tropical Island because you'll inevitably get slowed down, and if you, the human, are near the star, it feels like the AI is always going to land on a happening space. I say feels like because most of the time RNG probably isn't that biased against you, at least not if the findings I'm working on for analysing everything in Pokemon is proving to be an indicator. Waluigi just chucked a cursed dice block down onto Wario to screw him over and rolled a 2. And it is Wario's turn. He decides not to use his golden pipe. Gets a good dice roll though. But he also misses out on the star because he has to go past the Koopa Bank. And then he wound up going in the wrong direction entirely. He just realized that he made a stupid play and gave up. Then it's Wario's turn again, and he uses his double dice. And there's the result. The lucky space helped. Then we cut to Messy Memory, where I actually did really well. At one point oh no wait, this wasn't the one where I did really well. I flubbed a little bit. I switched the hammer and Wario's hat, but 3 of us got 8 points, and Wario just screwed up one thing. Poor old Wario. And there we are, because it was a versus game, everyone got coins but Wario, and then I got the pity coin. Just to add insult to injury. And Bill Blasters. We had a pretty good game of Bill Blasters, I think. There were plenty of wild shots all over the place. The cannons can tank attacks for you now, which is a lot better than what it used to be. We've got shots flying wildly. Narrowly missed. Whew, there are some pretty tight misses here. I'm not aiming very well. Daisy takes the first hit. And my cannon absorbs another shot, a wild one from Wario. Daisy misses a few shots. The cannon takes another hit from me. Wario's been hit. Waluigi's been hit. And I took another hit. There was some pretty heavy fire coming in. Daisy takes another hit from me. Waluigi's down. Tried to get rid of him, but he's out of the picture. Wario manages to hit me with a very nice shot. 3 people on 1. And let's see. We cancel each other out. Daisy narrowly misses. Daisy's down. Down to the last play. Wario got the kill. It was an incredibly good battle. I know I lost, but I had to show that one off because that was really good. And I have a half-price star at this point as well, so I decide to use my double dice block to see how far I can go. I get a 10. I get the best possible result. You don't get any extra coins for getting 2 sevens, so that is the best possible result. That just proved, as far as I was concerned, that the game was favouring me. I deliberately decided not to buy a golden pipe because I had that much of an advantage over those chumps anyway. It wasn't funny. I mean, most of the time they were actually good challenges, but yeah, like I said, I think I nailed the commentary on this one, but I hated the result because it was so much of a cruise for me that even though it was my birthday celebration, it was easy. And I didn't really want it to be super easy. I wanted a good challenge. I wanted an entertaining and spectacular battle. I'm a bit picky like that, in all fairness. I want to try and bring the best results as well. Because, I mean, that really is the important thing. Even if it is set up to be my birthday bash, it's not about giving myself the easiest time of things. It's providing good entertainment. Granted, this is usually the biggest sort of party I have, but what can you do? Oh yeah, because I got my half-price star, I wound up getting a refund from the lucky space. I was trying to time it for something else, I think the custom dice block. But yeah, I got a refund. Like I said, I was the golden boy. I decided to go for the skeleton key because, like, at this point, I could pretty much just pull off a few flexes on people. I could show off. And of course, I do decide to steal. I take a look at the board, and Waluigi is right before the star. I think you can see where this is going. Especially since he put me through all that crap in the very first run. So, I was deliberating, planning everything out nicely, and I was tossing up, what do I do? Who do I steal from? I decided to steal coins. I'm thinking, do I steal from Waluigi? Do I go for Wario or Daisy? But no, I decided to be a jerk and steal from Waluigi so that he couldn't get the star. At least that was the plan anyway. So yeah, that's really, really rough. Waluigi's in second and loses so many coins. And I got a pretty good item out of it. I think this was the one where I did the absolute best without even trying, because I have never been very good at the mechanics of this game. I just stuck the landing right on the end. I've jumped and hoped. I don't see very many sharks. So it's Wario's turn. He uses the chomp call, which admittedly was a pretty good move because Waluigi actually got some coins back. Pretty good result for Waluigi. I mean, he kind of deserved it, but the star went just that little bit further away, which you'd think wouldn't have been a problem. Except, as we're going to wind up finding out, Wario loses a few coins. Waluigi uses his mushroom. He's 8 spaces away and rolls a 1. That is a me move. That really sucked for him. And then, to make matters worse, I just casually got to switch with him and stole a star from right under his nose. That is the game being a complete dick. That is a dog act. And then we get to Nightlight Fright, which is a game I absolutely love. I think at the time I was talking about a highlight I had when I was playing with some friends. Basically, now this game does screw me up a little bit because the chomp, I think, seems a bit smaller than it is in the GameCube version, given I've done Mario Party 5 recently. So, look at that! Daisy died, and I got the absolute lowest possible difference. Who's the coward now? Luigi's got nerves of steel. and manner of escape, which I absolutely bumbled through.
Start.
So it's essentially luck based. We have to wind up picking doors. I got the right one the first time. So they're all bumbling around, and then I wind up guessing randomly, and I went back to the top because I'm an idiot. And I can't remember which door it was supposed to be. You can see they're bumbling around, and there it is. I've made it. They're all in the lead. I've observed. I guessed. I snatched the win because the game just gave it to me. At least the AI is actually smart enough to notice where the correct door is and move to that one afterwards. Because you notice when I went in, they all wound up going for the door I entered. That's actually a nice touch. So, here we are. At the end of the game, I wound up winning in an absolute romp. It was, well, it was pathetically easy. I mean, I got that many dice blocks. I bought so many items. I got Sightseer. And you can just feel the hate. They're glaring at me. The unlucky bonus. It goes to me. So both times that appeared, I wound up getting it. At least sharing the lead with it. And the rich bonus. Gee, I wonder who that was. Was it the guy who got so much handed to him on a plate? It was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I just blitzed it. Even before the bonus stars, I had more stars than they did put together. And I only stole 1 star. I only stole that 1 star from Daisy. I still can't believe that the AI was stupid enough to not try stealing stars. Like, in the actual run, they did. Which, as I said, was a real shock. But, yeah, there we go. That was an absolute thrashing. And Luigi's leaving. Wario is dead again. Wario does not seem to have a very good time on this stage. Because I don't think he did very well on the game I wound up... finishing after I quit out of it. I think he did get some good results overall in the main one. He did win because I got 3 stars stolen from me. So yeah, I had more stars than all of them put together before the bonus stars. Unbelievable. I had that much handed to me on a plate. Waluigi kept up with the rich bonus. I did really well in minigames. 3 people got hidden blocks. Wario didn't get any. Wario used more items, but I bought a few. I was 52 spaces ahead of the next person when it came to moving around the board. I got 4 red spaces. Not that many item spaces. Waluigi would have won the event star. Nobody landed on Bowser that time around. Daisy got 3 versus spaces and hit the bank 4 times. Pretty impressive, Daisy. No stickers. And that my star count just goes up, and most of theirs just flatlined. Which is pretty sad. It was a thrashing. It was an absolute thrashing. I still cannot get my head around it. It was so much of a gimme. I felt kind of ashamed, and there you can press A to check the bonuses. That's pretty much it for all this. You've seen the actual Birthday Bash, and now you get the highlights reel. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for sticking around with everything, and hopefully there'll be more Mario Party coming. So, until next time, this is Red 2 returning to base.